guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video called November Daily Life in a Rural Area in the Netherlands phone blog. This is from a channel called Anne Loot, so check it out. I think that the Netherlands is a beautiful place, especially like the countryside. I don't know obviously which part of the country this is, but you know, who doesn't love a bucolic life? But let's check it out and comment, like, and subscribe. Beautiful. The windmills, of course. We're in the Netherlands. At least we not forget. It's gorgeous. The little birds just chirping around. Oh, it's cold. The bicycle. Oh my god. Is that a horse? Is that a pony? Wow, this is good. Is that fog? It's gorgeous. It looks like a painting. Oh, you can swim in the lake. Oh, it's mud. Wow, but you can exfoliate your body. Yeah, don't get stuck. I was wondering about the cold. Like, how cold is this water? She's so dirty. He is like, I need to take a shower. Oh my god, the sunlight, like stepping in from the trees and mixing with the fog is just so incredibly beautiful. What kind of flower is that? Oh my god, it's so cold. I love this kind of weather. I know it's kind of, you know, a lot of people don't like this because it's quite somber, but it's nice. Not like every single day of your life, but when it does happen, this is like very nice weather. Again, like not too many days in a row, but like every once in a while, it's cool. A cemetery. Ooh, and of course it's like the perfect weather to visit a cemetery. It's very foggy, it's cold. It sort of matches the theme with the cemetery. What a beautiful horse. Oh my god, I want to pet him. Yeah, he's like showing you his little nose. He's like, yeah, hello. Oh my god, those sheep, they're just like standing there. They're just like... Is this a sunrise? Those houses are gorgeous. Oh my god, and they're surrounded by trees. I love that there's no fence. It's just a bunch of trees that separate like one land from the other. I don't know if this separates, you know, like your neighbor's house or your neighbor's land or your own plot of land, but it's sort of like this is the house and this is like where we have the crops. But there's no fence, it's just trees. The mill's from 1749. Wow. And do people live there? Yes, I mean, it looks like someone lives there. Probably takes care of the mill. But do they live there for real? I would expect them to like take care of it like every single day as a job, but not to actually live there. It's absolutely stunning. This is the sunset, I presume, but I don't know. Oh my god, the birds. This is so nice. Also, you have to use a car sometimes. This is like the most surprising thing about this to me, because in the Netherlands, of course, I know that everyone uses their bikes, so it's kind of crazy to me that, oh, you know, sometimes you do have to use your car. That's the most surprising thing about this. Maybe you don't have to, you just do it because you want to. Those flatlands, they're so pretty. Of course, lakes. Okay, they're growing some stuff. Oh, it's composting. Oh, but you have to wait. You have to drive to get to the go because maybe you don't have them. Like they're not especially like they're not in your house, because I think maybe like this isn't, yeah, you know, like seeing this, maybe it's not necessarily like they maybe they live there or something, but maybe they, and I obviously I do not know, but it's kind of surprising to me that they have to like grab a bucket with their composting and take it somewhere, because usually when you compost you do it, you know, in your own garden, in your own sort of, I don't know, your own plot of land. But I don't know, like, why in this case, like, this isn't really, like, happening. But maybe it's because even if they're, maybe, like, they're, no, because even if you're renting, like, you can still compost and stuff. But maybe it's simply because they don't have, you know, an actual garden. They just, like, have a house. And maybe, I don't know, I know that some places do this. Obviously, I do not know if this is the case specifically for the Netherlands. But I do know that sometimes you just do like a community sort of garden. I know that that's a thing in a lot of communities. And of course, if you have like a communal garden in which everyone goes and does, you know, you do your composting, obviously because everyone helps, but you also, because it's a communal garden, then you need carrots. And there's, if there's carrots, like you just go and you like grab the carrots. And of course everyone like takes care of the garden. So maybe it's one of those cases in which it's sort of a communal garden slash plot of land, but you know, everyone helps, and obviously everyone takes care of the vegetables and the fruits and stuff, and again, everyone takes care of it. So maybe it's one of those cases, maybe, again, I don't know. They even have broccoli. Oh my god. Well, maybe it was kale. Hold on. Gotta go back. No, it was broccoli. Yeah, kale doesn't look like that. This must be a communal garden, because everyone's, they're touching it, they're like doing stuff, and if this isn't really because they got in the car to do this, if it's in your own sort of land, obviously you're not getting in the car. So in this case, I am going to assume this is, you know, the communal garden, because you can just, everyone gets together and just like joins it. Okay, building a vegetable garden box in our backyard because our kitchen gardening alone is not enough already. Oh, okay, they're building it, but why did they? It's at their own house, but how come they like had to get in the car? I'm so confused. Oh, the pencil. What are those? They're like tiny. What is that? Is that like? I'm trying to think, like, what could this be? Like parsley? I know it's just like very, yeah, the root is like very, very small. I know I've seen this though. It's like a vegetable, alfalfa maybe, like microgreens. It's something like very small that I know I've seen before. This is like so nice. And you just want to like, I want to plant my own garden now. Oh, what a beautiful dog. Again, I love this weather. It's so nice. What is that? I don't know what that is. Is that for horses? Oh, I love that this is an actual field from what I could see. But there's like a lake, a stream, and then there's like the field. But the sun with the fog, it makes it almost look like the ocean. It's gorgeous. Like you can see almost as if there were waves. I love this video. It was, again, I think like videos like this just make it so like you just want to, they make such a great job at selling you this lifestyle of, yes, you know, let's all move to farms, and maybe not in the Netherlands. Obviously, if you live there, yeah, absolutely. But if you don't live in the Netherlands, like this still makes you be sort of, yes, I want to move to a farm. I want to have my own plot of land. I want to have my own vegetable garden, and you know, you just grow things and you eat things from your own land. Which I know that it's not necessarily, you know, because I know that sometimes it's not necessarily about I'm doing a farm. You can do a farm. I'm buying a farm. I'm doing it, and I'm starting to live with it. To export things and to sell things. Sometimes it's not necessarily to like that large scale. Sometimes it can be as easy as you can incorporate these little things in your life and bring a little bit of like the country to your own home. Because again, it's not so super realistic to be, yes, I'm buying a farm and I'm going to start knowing, I'm going to learn all about farming and I'm going to start living off it. No, that's not realistically, realistically possible in a lot of cases. But I think like videos like this show that no, you can do that in a smaller scale. You can have like your own, you can start doing smaller things just to have, I think, that connection with the land and with the soil, with the dirt. And it's not necessarily, let's all move to farms. It could be as easy as, you have your little garden patch, and it can be even, you can just start growing things. You can grow, I don't know, some sort of, like a little lemon tree in your own apartment, or even if you have like a little balcony, like you can have your little planter, and you can have like basil or parsley, like spring onion, maybe some carrots. I don't know. Like you can do just like small things that are obviously, again, you're not moving somewhere or you're not starting, your farmer life with your farmer dreams, but you can just have, little things in which, oh yeah, you can have a rosemary plant, so a thyme plant. So if anytime like you need to cook, you can just, I'm grabbing like from my own basil plant. Again, if you live in an apartment, if you live in a house, I think your possibilities are even greater. You can just have your little garden patch. Again, I'm not going to, you're not going to sell those things because you don't have enough, obviously, but you can grow like your own tomatoes. You can grow, I don't know, again, some oranges, it's going to take you some time. Yes, of course. Or an apple tree. You can just do like little things. And I think like videos like this are just really sort of enchanting in that sense, because they really do highlight how important it is to have like that connection. And it's not necessarily what's being highlighted in the video, but I think like what's left, at least, if I start to reflect on this, I think it's how important because I think a lot of times in this, in the 21st century, you live like such, our lives are so busy, and you're constantly, there's constantly something happening. You're surrounded by like work and stuff happening, and there's a lot of like technology involved, and you're constantly online, and you're on your phone, your computer, and again, it's just very, you have, the car, the traffic. It's just like a lot of things that really make it, I think, easy to forget that like this type of lifestyle. And I think, again, it's maybe not feasible to sort of move around and just go, yes, I'm moving there. But I think you can incorporate these little things into your life, because it's important to have that connection between, your life and nature. And one of the ways you can do this is like by growing your own little things, growing something, even if it's just one little plant, or if it's just one little, I don't know, like, again, a basil plant, or maybe just like a flower, grow some roses, which, well, maybe that example, I think roses are really hard to grow, but you can have like a little flower pot of something, I don't know, you can plant it, or again, some little like herbs, a little herb garden. And of course, just walking around nature, which again, maybe it's not going to be super possible to just walk around in this beautiful, beautiful place because you don't live near a place that has this. But I think it could be just as easy as just taking a walk around your neighborhood, just, or a bunch of like a green thing, something with some trees, maybe go visit the park a few times a week. Just, something with a lot of trees, shrubbery, and just, grass, and take, and touch actual grass. I think it's important because, yes, the videos like this, of course, really highlight how beautiful this life is. But I know that, again, it's not super possible for everyone to just leave everything and go and start a new life, like this. But, you can really do it like in smaller increments, and you can start feeling, I think, a little bit more connected to nature and to the world that surrounds you just by doing smaller things. And I think like this video, yes, again, just visit, and even, that sort of whimsy of like, for instance, the old mill. Yes, are you going to be able to visit an old mill in your hometown or in the city where you live? Maybe not. Maybe you don't have like this really old windmill. But what you can do is maybe, retain that sense of whimsy of just, walking around your own city, make it a weekend like trip. You don't necessarily have to stay overnight, but just, go out on the weekend and just walk around your own city, and you can see, how, and see it with new eyes. Sort of, oh yeah, let's not think of this as something, it's your routine. Let's think of this as if you were a tourist, an outsider, and start to pay attention to the world that surrounds you. And you're going to find probably a lot of like hidden secrets, or just like small things that you haven't noticed before. And yeah, it's okay, to retain that sense of whimsy, even in the city where you live like a bunch of years. So yes, I love this video. And again, we can incorporate like little things, because it's not always possible to like live this beautiful, beautiful life in a farm in the Netherlands. But that was it for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye!